This is the physical view using deployment diagram. The first set of nested boxes here shows you the front end, and it's deployed in the Amazon Web Services cloud using the S3 bucket as the solution, and the execution environment is the browser, and that's where our Angular application sits. And this is the HTTP or HTTPS endpoint. For the backend, we do have Amazon Web Services again as a cloud provider and using EC2 instance as the solution. And the execution environment for that is Node.js and Express application. Um, for the last one, we do have the database server, which is hosted with MongoDB Atlas, and our database for that is MongoDB. And as you can see, both three has HTTP or HTTPS endpoint, so that's the protocol for them to communicate. Moving on, we'll show you a better diagram here on the left side so we can keep track. On the first tab that we have here, this is the Amazon S3, and where we host we basically create a production file for our Angular and hosted that in the S3 bucket. And to access that one, we just have to click properties, static web hosting, and this is the endpoint, which is this one. Okay, for the backend, this is the bookstore backend. Let me make that bigger for a while. And this is the endpoint. And basically, the backend files are hosted there. For our database, we have MongoDB Atlas as logged in now, and I've clicked collections. I should see my list of database, which would only be my bookstore application. Now, as you can see, I do have my title, ISBN, author, picture, price in that part. So just so we can show that clearly. So as you can see, again, we use the S3. This is the EC2 instance, and this is the MongoDB Atlas. We'll now try to start using this Angular application. Let me click, say we want to edit. Introduction to mean stack, and change the price to 100. Hit click save. Success. And if I refresh this one, the database should be updated as well. Become introduction to mean stack. Let's make that bigger. And the price 100.